Welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. This is the show that gives you everything you need to know before the big game kicks off. Tonight we're under the lights here at Pride Park Stadium for what is incredibly Derby's final home game before Christmas. And it's an important one, Portsmouth coming to town. Derby and Pompey were promoted alongside each other last season, Portsmouth taking the League One title by 5 points from the Rams, who clinched the second automatic promotion spot on the final day. There's been nothing between the teams over the last couple of years. All 4 meetings between them in League One finished in draws, with Portsmouth making a habit of scoring late goals against the Rams. That includes their last encounter at Fratton Park back in April, when Joe Ward twice put Derby in front, but the hosts twice came from behind. And their meeting at Pride Park last September as well, when Colby Bishop levelled in added time. Bishop missed the start of this season due to heart surgery. His return has inspired Portsmouth to their best run of the campaign so far, and they're unbeaten in 4 coming into this one. Derby halted a 3-match losing run with Tuesday's draw at Burnley, but the Rams are without a win in 6. And there's not much between the teams in the table either. Derby 4 points above Portsmouth, but have played 2 more games. Derby's last win over Pompey came 12 years ago. Jake Bunkston among the goal scorers at Fratton Park. Whatever happened to him, eh? You'll hear from both managers shortly. First, we'll hear from Jacob Widell Zetterstrom, Derby County's goalkeeper, looking ahead to tonight's game. But reflecting first on his maiden away clean sheet for the Rams, it came in a battling display at Burnley on Tuesday.
Very happy with it, of course. It's always nice to get that clean sheet, and I mean, especially to do that in a very tough place like that against a team who was in the Prem last season. I mean, that's it is. I mean, every point is important, and to get that performance away from home in such a tough place is extremely important. Just not for the point take of it, but also like the morale bit. I mean, team spirit bit. I mean, coming from that place, albeit not winning, but still with a draw is something that we definitely can build up on. And I mean, looking at it performance wise, I think the just amazing team effort from the entire group. We did an amazing job defensively, and also created enough chances offensively to actually get something there as well. Didn't this time, but I mean, next time we might.
We know what a big part you are of this team, and we know what a big part you were of your former side as well. And there was quite a fun video of you a couple of weeks ago with your former teammates, Djurgården. They were over for a game, of course, and I think some of the hierarchy visited Pride Park as well the night before. How was it to see them all again?
It was great, obviously. I mean, they are a very big part of my life, and they've been for quite some time, and plenty of faces that I haven't seen in a while. So it was great to see them again, and it was nice to see them get their Europe win as well. And the chant in the locker room after the captain of the team, he came up to me and said there's been the song after their wins, the quality hasn't been as good since I left, so they figured since I'm here now that I could help them with that little song.
Big game on Friday, Portsmouth visiting Pride Park. How important a game does this feel to you?
Well, obviously very important. We've all seen the league table. It is extremely. It is a lot of teams with the same amount of points, and every single point is absolutely crucial. And we did well this was it Tuesday against Burnley, and I think if we can continue on that trend. I think we did a great job against Leeds as well, against a side that is very good. We improved further against Burnley and did get a point there. And I think if we can continue even more, then these games in December can be very, very fun. And obviously, to get 3 points against Portsmouth this Friday is what we're gonna try to start with.
There is Jacob Widell, Zetterstrom. Let's give you a sense of why tonight is so important. Top of the Championship table first, where there's maybe a gap opening up between the top two and the chasing pack. Bit of separation between Watford in 8th and Swansea in 9th as well. Tighter at the bottom, just the 6 points from Preston in 14th to Hull at the foot of the table. Portsmouth are out of the relegation zone on goal difference since the weekend. They do have games in hand. Derby will jump 3 places tonight with a win. While Portsmouth would go just a point behind the Rams if they were to claim victory here at Pride Park this evening. John Mousinho's side beat Derby to the League One title last season. Here is the Portsmouth head coach.
Well, they've had a really good start and a couple of really tough away games with Leeds and Burnley over the past couple of days. I'm not reading into those games too much. The game that I watched prior to that was where they played Sheffield Wednesday at home. I'm unsure how they didn't get a result out of the game. I thought for 60, 70 minutes they were by far the better team and played some really good football as well. So a Derby side that have come off a lot of success last season, started the season really well. They picked up quite a few new players and Paul Warne's sides are always very well coached and very difficult to play against. So I think there's a combination of a lot of things there that are going to make it a really good game on Friday night. We always look forward to going to Pride Park. It's a brilliant place to play football against a massive football club, and it's two clubs that finally got back into the Championship and going head to head on a Friday night. It should be a really good fixture.
Obviously we know a lot about them after the last season. The away game there, some great memories of that. What do you remember of it?
It was a tough game. I remember feeling slightly annoyed that we'd conceded the penalty. I thought it was a bit of a harsh one. They should have had a player I thought sent off before half time. So you can probably tell where my mind sometimes wanders to when I remember games. I remember the goal going and thinking we thoroughly deserved to take the point at the very least, and just being thrilled for Colby and thrilled for the team that they'd done enough. And I think Terry came in and made an impact off the bench. And I felt like we sort of arrived in the top end of League One at that point and went on to have a really good run of results. Barnsley away on the Tuesday night was our next performance there. So it's always a really tough place to play, but a great place to play football as well.
Do you remember games so well?
I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those strange things. I think when you're in it and you're in the moment, and we watch them all back as well. So we live them once live, then we watch them back from a different angle, then we present to the players, and we use that footage again and again. We use some of the Derby footage in pre-season actually to highlight some of the good things that we'd done last year and the shape that we wanted to play. Again, probably to that question, I remember Zach coming into the side and doing really well on the day, and it was that sort of shape that we do try and get into sometimes with the right back being a bit more flexible in terms of where he can go. So I don't know why we do it, but that Derby game certainly, or don't know how we do it, but that Derby game certainly sticks in the memory.
Portsmouth boss John Mousinho there. It's already been a busy week for Derby, of course. Those tough trips to Ellen Road and Turf Moor already behind them. The Rams made sure they didn't leave empty-handed from Burnley on Tuesday night, getting that point. Paul Warne's been reflecting on it.
Yeah, really pleased. In fairness, Middlesbrough had the same 2 games as us, and they got a point as well. So, pleased. I actually thought, sometimes on the side of the pitch you can think, it's not going to be our day. And other times, you just get gut feeling. I actually thought we might even steal it at the end. When Tomo hit his shot, I thought, Tomo's performance has been excellent. I just thought he's deserving of a goal, so that would have been nice. But, pleased with the performances. I think we got through injury-free. We just keep trying to 3 games in 6 days, keep shuffling the pack and trying to keep it as fresh as we can. And the lads have been coming off the bench and having a real impact as well, so which is good. So competition for places is good. Competition to get on the bench is good. So so the lads, I think are in a good place.
Is there an understanding from the players that most of them probably can't play every game in a 3-game week, especially when you've got the Friday, the early game as well?
Absolutely not. Players never get that. Never. So that is the most exhausting part of my job. One player's got it, other ones are not so keen. Even if they've had a history of injury or anything, and we're trying to keep them all fit. If you can keep them all fit going through Christmas, it helps massively. Obviously, it helps us when we pick the team that we pick from a clean sheet of paper that virtually everyone's available. But then you go into games thinking, right, I'm expecting full energy from the team straight away, and if we have to make 5 subs on the hour, then we'll do it. I know the other day we made our subs quite quick, and it had an impact. They were all attacking subs, I think. Apart from Natty was tightening up a little bit in his calves. Him and Wardy were just fatigued a little bit. Generally, it was attacking subs. So, but if you don't have a fit squad, you can't make them changes. You then have to leave players out there, and then that's when they break down, and all of a sudden it becomes even worse and worse. So sometimes when the team comes out, I presume some fans or whatever would be thinking, that's a bit strange. He's playing. He done quite well last week. There's quite a lot of thought, although it might not look it, goes into trying to make us as fresh as we can. And like I said, if we can go into Christmas keeping virtually a full squad, that will help us massively.
We spoke a few weeks ago about the amount of space on the clean sheet wall. I don't know if Tuesday's photo has gone up yet, but how pleased are you to see another photo go up there?
Yeah, obviously, especially even more so away from home. But and I don't think Jacob had loads to do. I think he had a couple of good saves. And I always facetious about this, but that's what he's there for. But I know for a fact Rich would have buzzed talking about clean sheets, but it does come from the whole team. I thought Dej and Jerry worked hard at the top. The midfield 3 covered ridiculous distance. So collectively, they've done really well. And clean sheets is a foundation of any success. So pleased for them. And like we've been, not unfortunate, but deflected free kick and a Bannon wonder strike and all that has affected our clean sheet wall.
All takes you into Friday. You had such a good start to the season at home at Pride Park. How do you get back to those sort of results?
Yeah, good question. I don't think the results at the start of the season, I don't think the performances have changed greatly. I think we've been really good in every game. We've been really proud how the lads played. I've just been disappointed on the results, and I get the joy of watching every single kickback on numerous occasions. So my attitude hasn't changed about our performance levels. Like I said, it's much nicer to walk around the pitch at the end of the game when you've won. Everyone's in it to win. We're in it to entertain the fans and make them enjoy being a Derby fan as much as we can. So we don't have to go a million miles away from what we've been doing. I don't believe that. So no, it'll be the same as, and you just have to take your chances when you're on top. And against a really good Portsmouth team, I think probably in the top, I don't know, 3 or 4, I'm making this up, but on form, last 6 games they've drawn 3, won 3, all their front 4 are firing, got some real pace and threat, and they're really energised. So, and in fairness, they were over the course of the season better than us last year. So I know it's going to be a tough game like every other game, but we just have to be at our best, and if we can be clinical, we give ourselves a good chance to win.
Paul Warne there. The Championship weekend kicks off tonight at Pride Park, then 3 lunchtime games tomorrow, all involving sides toward the bottom of the table, while Leeds can go back to the top if they win at Preston. A couple of games on Sunday as well, including Watford against West Brom. It all starts here tonight at Pride Park with Derby County against Portsmouth. You can watch the action on RamsTV if you're in Unsold Overseas Markets. Go to the website dcfc.co.uk for an exact list of where you can watch and to buy your Game Pass. And don't forget, slightly later start this evening, Matchday Live with you from 7:30, kick-off 8 o'clock here at Pride Park. Goodbye for now.